Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your new moon in Taurus for May 7th, 2024. New moons bring in new cycles, and you have the number 3, spirit, intuition, and manifestation. Really nice, Taurus. Number 3 is a magic number, so it can be a very creative period for you. Spirit, so it is something that motivates you. It's something from deep within. Obviously, your intuition is, and manifestation comes through that, our focus, our deep focus. So I think your intuition is going to be very strong, especially where your creations are concerned, what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're getting started at this time, or where you find yourself right at this time beginning. But you will have strong intuition about it. Maybe you are questioning what it is you should begin around this time with manifestation, and your intuition is maybe telling you one thing and your head is telling you another. But the 3 is the Trinity, and so it is mind, body, and spirit that all come together. And that can be some powerful energy. It's alignment, and it can manifest for you, it can create for you. So let's see where this is going. I'm going to lay out all the cards as usual. The first column is where you are now, or where you find yourself at the time of the new moon, or if you are consciously starting something new at this time, which is always a good idea around the new moons. The second column is you, how you're feeling about the situation, what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're planning. Could have something to do with your motivation as well, because of intuition and manifestation. And the last column is probable outcome. Probable because some things we can change, some things we are meant to experience, but always, always, always for our growth. Okay. Let's get started here. So this is the direction that the reading is going in, intuition and manifestation. You do have some decisions here with the Lover's card. Um, Maybe it's deciding to go on holiday, because this looks like a fun period for you if you have something fun to do. Maybe an invitation to ask somebody out, or get a party started or something like that. The Knight of Cups is a very fun card. It's the party goer, it's the person who's ready for holiday or vacation. It's a nice, easygoing energy, unless you overindulge, in which case you can become the person with the lampshade on their head with the Knight of Cups. But it's also a romantic invitation as well, especially with the Lover's card there. However, with the Three of Cups, it feels more party-like, more ceremonial. That's also possible here. Not sure when graduations are coming up, but there can be some kind of planning for graduation or graduation parties, that sort of thing. Perhaps spring break for some people. The Lover's card is a choice. And I find it interesting with the two here, because if it is a romantic situation, these are kind of the 3 different frequencies of love, right? The very, I would say, the more lust or sexual, the more motherly, female, romantic, but also love of children, love of home, love of a particular color, that kind of thing. And then the highest is the angel, which is compassion and unconditional love. So, if you are dating around, maybe you're thinking you want to get serious, or you're doing it not to be very serious, going out and just having a good time. Okay. Something unexpected is happening here, something that kind of shakes up your belief system a little bit. The Tower card is unexpected, uncontrollable situation, but it can bring you epiphanies, which may help you to make that decision of the Lover's card, because it is a fork in the road. Where am I going? What am I doing here? And again, it feels light because of the Knight of Cups. I'm going to pull another one. Wow. 3 major arcana. This can be on an internal level. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying that things are changing, and it can be a very unexpected change. It's a change in success, the Wheel of Fortune, but it also means that life is a gamble. And so maybe in this choice that you have to make, you're kind of just spinning the dice. However, your intuition, should you quiet yourself, is really trying to tell you something in regards to whatever it is you're trying to figure out at this time. And again, it doesn't have to be major life stuff. It can just be, where am I going to go on holiday? And maybe plans get changed or something because of something unexpected. You do have the 5 of Cups with that. So there is sort of, this is the grief card. I think if something unexpected does happen, you can deal with it. But don't stay too long in a kind of a grief situation or a negative cycle. In other words, don't just look at what is spilled, but pivot and see what is still good about the situation, that it might be able to be saved. And it looks like it will with the Justice card there. You have 2 Libra cards. So you're behaving like a King of Swords, being very logical about it. This is somebody who doesn't allow too much emotion to get into his decision-making process, using very logical ideas here. I find this interesting because you have a lot of fun with these 2 cards, and this underneath, this kind of underneath bubbling up situation can be internal. So perhaps you're keeping a brave face, or you're looking like everything's okay, but in the meantime there's a lot of things going on, behind the scenes or under the mask kind of energy. However, we have to go back to this intuition and manifestation. So you are being quite logical here and here. Make sure that you look to your intuition a little bit more. Quiet your mind, but also keep that focus, which this would be a very persistent, diligent person, towards your manifestations. Again, the 3 of Cups these are the 3 muses, right? So it's the joy of life, the joie de vivre, the celebration of life. And if you aren't feeling that, gratitude, right? Living your life with gratitude can be very helpful in that situation where this card is concerned. It asks you to be grateful for what it is you do have, or what is still going good, and that will probably be reiterated here. But this is about, celebrations and having fun and enjoying life. And again, you still have this kind of biding your time energy. Like I said, there's a lot of, for me, it feels like this is very external and this is very internal. So what's going on the outside isn't necessarily what's percolating on the inside for you. The 9 of Wands is telling me that you've been through a lot. You don't want to make the same mistakes twice. Or you don't want to rush in. And a Knight of Cups can kind of rush into a situation, or just not be too aware of the pitfalls. But the 9 of Wands is definitely somebody who has accumulated a lot of experience and has the scars to prove it, right? The bandage around his head. So sometimes there's a looking over your shoulder kind of energy. I wouldn't say paranoia, although this is related to Sagittarius, this card. So there can be a bit of that, but it is because the experiences that you've had have been trying, right? There's some tribulation there. And so we're kind of using our logic. you are being asked to have some courage in this situation with the Strength card and the Justice card. You have a lot of major arcana, so I feel like for me, this last column is very internal. It is taming the beast within, the Strength card. It can be healing situations as well. So if there was a fallout with family or friends or something like that that came up unexpected, the Strength card is asking you to balance out any egoic expressions and energies that you might be expressing at this time. The Justice is telling me that this is a karmic situation, and it needs to find its balance, and it will probably with the Justice card. And if this is something like you went on holiday, something difficult happened, and maybe you're thinking of pursuing it lawfully, the Justice card tells me that the situation will be handled fairly, right? The outcome should be fair. Punishments fit the crime, that kind of thing. And you have the Nine of Wands there. I think if you have any intuition or feelings about a situation, you should definitely heed them. I think that's important here. You have 2 nines as well, so the 9 is always the end of a cycle, but the accumulation of the knowledge that you've acquired through that process. And again, the 9 of Swords is somebody who can be a little bit worried about the situation. There can be planets that are playing out, so I would check into your astrological planetary positions. But your intuition should prove to be quite helpful during this time. So do pay attention to it. The Nine of Swords is saying that it's a thought that can get away from itself to bring you that kind of worry. And so when your head and when you start believing everything that you're thinking, this card says walk away, get up, go and do something, go for a walk, go do some gardening, do something very physical to kind of get out of your head. But it does appear to me like you can be quite worried about a situation. But with the Karma card there, with the Justice card, things should be quite fair in the end. You have the Ten of Pentacles here as the last card. This can be the need to communicate situations. This can be community, but it is also your everyday, daily life card. So the people that you meet, but it could also be financial negotiations or talking about things throughout the family. Perhaps this is a family situation because of the Three of Cups there, or people that feel like family, or it can be community, right? It can be within the community where you are talking about things and dealing with financials and that sort of thing. But it is the everyday happenings card, the 10 of Pentacles. People that you deal with every day, talk to every day, in your community, your family, your neighborhood, that sort of thing. What does Spirit want you to know? Invisibility. Take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light be seen. So you may even be somebody who has that logical brain that brings some clarity and some logic to the situation. That's also possible here. If it's a community or a family or a neighbor that's up in arms, that sort of thing, maybe you're the one who brings that kind of solidity back to the situation. Even if it's family members, maybe you're the practical one with that Knight of Swords and you think things out logically for the situation and for the people. Okay? All right, I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Thanks for listening. It's appreciated. Bye for now. Good luck.